Hello YouTube, welcome to episodes 12 and 13 and the OVAs of my Symphogear AXZ reaction series. Back here again, Symphogear Saturday, because I'm late again, because I'm not very organized. No, it's my weekend on at work, so I work heavy hours from the Friday through to the Monday, hence this video will be out whenever possible. Hence why I'm also trying something a little bit different today, which may be weird for the finale, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm going to record all of my reaction portions back to back to back. So no analysis today. Analysis will be tomorrow, and I'll just watch it through. That being episode 12, followed by 13, followed by the OVAs. I'll come back tomorrow and I'll discuss a few of my thoughts on things overall. So yeah, a little bit of a different format. Just as really a timing thing, so I get the video out relatively on time. I want to do these episodes together, and I think this is the best way of doing so in the time allotted. The way I understand it, the finale should flow pretty well into itself, and then the OVAs are just the OVAs, so I shouldn't need to talk about them very, very much at all. I think it should work, and if this is a problem for the future, please let me know if you like the other format better, even if you wanted the video out a little bit later as a result. Again, just trying to keep time, knowing that I have to do a lot of episodes of Monogatari next week as well. So, again, just trying to keep myself in check as I continue to work these long hours. One thing that is good timing wise is I get the feeling that this episode that I watched last week, episode 11, was a little bit of a, what you call it, like introductory episode. You can't really talk about things overall without diving into spoilers. Hence, I have 4 comments and 1 reply. So 5 comments total, which isn't very much for what I normally do, and should be able to get through them relatively quickly and get on to the actual reactions, which is good. Vitaly Kuzmin, first comment here today. Adam never loved Tiki. That kick pretty much shows it. He only cared about her as a means to an end, which, fits with a lot of Adam's character, of course. Poor Tiki, I guess. She's still bad. I still don't like her. You could almost see it as some kind of comeuppance that the person that she loves doesn't reciprocate the feelings. But I don't know. I feel some kind of sympathy there, of course. And yeah, a lot of plot twists this episode. Adam not being a human, but yeah, the divine power choosing Hibiki over Adam. Looking forward to the finale as well. Yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster ride. I'm looking forward to hopefully clearing a bit of the nonsense up a little bit and focusing up a little bit. I don't know what we're going to do. Hibiki's in like a big goo ball. That doesn't bode well. Bonnie, next comment here. Blooming Courage is here, which I imagine is the name of that Hibiki song, and it's one of the best Hibiki songs, if not the best in the entire show, which is good. I've got a particular fondness for the Heki Hechara one. I think that one's pretty good. Some of the earlier ones are nice too. I don't know. I'd need to listen to them back to back to rank, I think. But yeah, the voice performance during the song is definitely standout. Hibiki the God Slayer. Yeah, that's something that happened. Yeah. Last week I was talking about the kind of countdown in the opening. 7 likely accounts for Miku as well. Which is a character that I didn't think about, which is weird. I normally like to think about Miku. The non-diegetic Nana song, which I thought was a little bit of a weird choice last week, is actually the opening for XDU, so we're just incorporating that in, which is interesting considering a lot of that XDU content, at least the actual like Symphogear 3.5 stuff is relevant for this season, so kind of that connection there, I think. Hibiki Punch, good, I agree, true. Chris seemingly forgot that she was a baddie and leads to some nice tsundere stuff when Tsubasa needs to remind her. Something else I was thinking about when I was editing that as well is that Tsubasa also got like Hibiki-ified, right? She was feeling at least a little bit skeptical of Hibiki initially and took time and warmed up to her, so of course she would understand this pull as well as Chris. Like everybody understands the pull of Hibiki. She's the main character. Wolf Spirit Bullet versus Flaming Hat. Yep, that's just Symphogear. That's Symphogear doing Symphogear stuff. Episode is an automatic 10 just to see Adam kick Tiki, and just like the top of her torso as well. She's in a lot of pain. That's only good for us. Yeah, I think somebody goes into later a lot of this Adam perfect stuff a little bit. there's some kind of background there that I wasn't aware of, which is cool. And yeah, this is interesting too. Intriguing. They have been name dropped in one of the previous seasons, but I wonder which one. I would imagine season 1, when Fine is talking about they. They. I just thought it was gods, a higher power, whoever that may be. I don't know. Maybe it talks about somebody else. Seemingly, we're going in a little bit of a godlike direction with Hibiki, which is interesting, considering a lot of the context around the curse of Belial and all that kind of stuff. Gangunir Dato, I believe this is what Bamps' reply is about as well. They get a lot of mileage out of it for sure. Desk Slam Gangunir Dato. That's just a shout out to Genjiro. Genjiro is awesome. Yeah, this felt a little bit rushed, like Kirika just coming back and saying, hey, how you guys doing? I would prefer for her to stay unconscious for longer, but I understand why we want to get her up and about. Probably going to do some Symphogear episode 13 type shenanigans where everybody needs to be present and awake. So, you have to do what you have to do. Yeah, what a great callback to the shuttle sequence. Great, yeah. Mind-blowingly strange and left field. I agree as well. I think that that's such a strange thing to call back to. It's such a distant memory for me now, and I thought it was just kind of the setup for a set piece. But no, it had some ramifications. Some could potentially call it a miracle of some kind, I think. And yeah, what a way to cap off the episode. Could be either really good or really bad. I'm thinking really bad, but, we'll get into some predictions later on. A Godslayer with divine power sounds very world-ending. That's not good. Doesn't bode well at all. And why can she harbor the divine power? That's a spicy detail you're going to have to wait for. A little bit of a tease. Seraph Armoros, next comment here. Season 5, which is XV, is supposed to be pronounced Exiv. Exiv? We're going to say Exiv. I suspect the prevalence of X in the titles is a reference to X-Drive, but there's a very real chance that it's just because it's cool, which I choose to believe the latter, because X is a cool letter. Yeah, this was the stuff I was talking about, right? I didn't know any of this. So we know Adam is a reference to the real founder of the Illuminati. I'm still not going to even try there. Weishaupt, we're going to say. And this is Adam Kadmon. Adam Kadmon is the original man in the teaching of the Kabbalah, untainted by earthly matter. He stands in contrast to the Adam of Eden, who was made by earthly clay. He was the perfect prototype man, but because he was unable to improve, thus was rejected in favor of imperfect humans capable of change. Yeah, this a lot of this tracks with Symphogear theming as well, which is interestingly enough about imperfect humans and ability to change, and think about our protagonists versus somebody that is deemed perfect. What is perfect? Is perfect valuable? All sorts of questions, right? Also interesting that that Gungnir was made from the wood of Yggdrasil, the world tree. So yeah, Gungnir and Lance of Longinus are the same weapon in this universe. Lots of interesting, like worldwide lore stuff, which is a choice, sure. Just put a bunch of bullshit in it, and they're kind of loving that callback to the season 3 beginning, showing that positive actions in the past can have positive ramifications in the future. That's nice. It's a nice thought. It's a nice thought when things like that happen. And last comment here today, Kasogtha. Bit of a shorter comment here today too for Kasogtha's standards. But we will read nonetheless. Sanjaman starting in potentially a little bit of a tsundere state when asking Hibiki for help. Maybe a little bit sheepish considering how many times Hibiki's asked her for help thus far in the season. Yeah, I liked the I trust, reprise. That's the word, I think. Kind of the call response that we get in this this Blooming Courage new Hibiki song. Tiki as a divine weapon is creepy and has some really nice sound effects that are weird, but in like a cool way. That's cool. And nice touch with the visual design, as I mentioned, having her as kind of the relic of the larger god. Just a fun inversion of the usual stuff. It's good. Miku watching them shooting stars without Hibiki, can't imagine that has any negative consequence at all. Doesn't have any negative connotation. I'm going to imagine that, this episode's going to end fine, and Hibiki's going to climb into bed and sleep with Miku again. I think that's what's going to happen. Yes, I was born yesterday, it's true. As I was saying before, maybe a little bit of a miracle with the Season 3 intro stuff coming back with the space shuttle and those guys. praying for divine intervention at that last moment they call. Like, it's pretty obvious at this point, I think. And yeah, a load of interesting Gungnir info. So yeah, mentioning that Yggdrasil wood again. We also find out that it's the Lance of Longinus, as we've talked about before as well, bringing in the whole idea of the conceptual weapon, philosophical armament. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can definitely hear it. My roommate's watching like Lord of the Rings in the background. It's giving me some nice like audio as I read this lore. I like that. They're definitely in the Mines of Moria. I can hear that for sure. So yeah, part of Gungnir's god-slaying power is from all of these keywords in the past and the Lance of Longinus and all this stuff, right? But also part of it is just Hibiki, and a special property of her reaching out to connect allows Gungnir's slaying strength to reach across timelines and parallel worlds and blah 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 blah. It's really powerful. Using some various other examples of the show where similar things have happened, I like the example of the Shen Shou Jing, which Miku was using, which, part of the power came from the relic itself, part of it came from internal Miku worries and stuff, her motivations at that point in the story. So yeah, always fun to look at our power systems in a bit of a different way, a way that I probably don't give it much credit. And again, talking about Unlimited Beat, the X2U opening being used in the episode. I appreciate a little bit of restraint here by Kasogtha talking about a lot of the show's themes and how it plays into those space shuttle pilots coming back. But I see what you mean, pay it forward and it'll come back in time. Again, a lot of the similar stuff about Adam Kadmon and that kind of stuff from the Kabbalah. I'm going to keep saying Kabbalah. Also interesting stuff here. So the word perfect, Adam being perfect, but he can't innovate on anything. He can't change. He can't improve, like literally. So he needs to rely on other people to make kind of plans and stuff, and he can execute them to the very highest, most perfect level. But of course, he can't work on the fly, which is a limitation of what we have going on. Villains have strengths and weaknesses that I think is pretty well done in this show. And yeah, that's why we pick humans, right? Humans might not start off at the level Adam has, but having that room to improve, they soon will make it to that level and potentially even more. And it will definitely be more valuable getting to that level through their own improvement rather than it just being given to them. Again, video game example, imagine just being gifted like a max level character in some game. Cool, I can beat everything, but where's the value in that? Where's the story? Yeah, that's kind of what we're getting at here. And yeah, Hibiki got that damn power. We're going to see where that goes now. I think we're gonna jump into the episode. I guess quick recap for those that were confused a little bit. But Hibiki joined with Sanjaman, and they beat up Tiki, who was the giant divine power god thing version, who's weird. So they beat her up through the power of God and anime and a bunch of other stuff. All that divine power from Tiki spewed out into the air. Adam thought that he was going to put it into his like robo arm, but it didn't work. Hibiki is the one that got all the power and then turned into like a cocoon. And that's where we're at. And it's been a very big cliffhanger for about a week now, so I better not stand on ceremony. And I'll just do my shill stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. I should note that I should be very, very close to 500 subscribers at this point, if not over that mark, hopefully, by the time this video comes out. But if not, you could be like the 500th subscriber, which sounds pretty cool to me. I'll frame a photo of you. No, I won't, but you know what I mean. Where was I? Comments. You can comment on the video if you feel so inclined. You can also follow me on Twitter. Where I'll follow you back if you follow me. So if you want to follow her, just follow me. And yeah, Discord. Join Discord if you feel so inclined. But when we're, at the finale of the penultimate season, it feels like everybody that would have done that is already here. But maybe not. That's why we always call it out, just in case. It's a fun place to be. Either way, jumping into episode 12 of Symphogear AXZ right now. Rightio, got episode 12 of Symphogear AXZ up here ready to go. Let me pop that up on screen there. 23 minutes and 40 seconds, of course, on this video. Sync up accordingly if you have a version there. If not, a picture-in-picture version is provided in the description below, using the D-Truck subs as well for those interested. Going to give it a 3, 2, 1 and jump into the episode right now. Rightio? 3, 2, 1, go. And yeah, this should be some recappy stuff. Oh yeah, we always do, I think she screamed last time too. Yeah, we always do no opening with this episode from memory. Yeah. It's almost like spider webs. Yeah, you got punked. Well, it may be an immaculate soul. Perfect, or like a human. Think about it. Yeah, it's kind of funny actually. Okay. I mean, you're obviously not like done in the story, so, you know. All right. Yeah, she's in a bit of strife. We need Miku. We need Miku to assist. Hello? Where are we? Oh, time skip. That's weird. Ugh. It's got like a fin. Oh yeah, that was a plot point as well, the whole Fudo thing. Oh my god. They're gonna nuke Hibiki? Why don't they just try cutting her out? Um, yeah, they do. Yeah, randomly enough, I guess, sure. Thanks, Anaki. Kinda. Weird, huh? So she's alive. That's good. The fusion. Who is them? Yeah, where have you been for the last 48 hours? Special Agent Miku, here to help. With this gun. Anti-linker? Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Kind of. I'm just gonna trust what Elf9 says. Sure. Just just put the juice on her. Well, I don't know if it'll pop it right off her. I think there's some kind of fusion in going on. Some kind of metamorphosis. Moral support. Yeah. As soon as you start talking, any version of Hibiki should be like okay with that, right? Yeah, where's who else are we talking about there? She's good now. She's good now. You guys missed it. That's also true. Why are you being so smug? Oh, okay, that's clever. Thanks for the assist. Okay. What does that mean? I will help you, but I will not join you. I'll like only give the data? What is that? What was that line? Okay, what does this mean? Okay, so they're gonna beat the fuck out of Hibiki? We're literally doing a rescue right this second. Hmm. Yeah, Will, get over it. I'm not sure you're gonna speak sense to this guy. Only Tomodachi? Okay. Oh, shut up. Yes. Oh. Okay. Okay, Tsubasa. He looks so disappointed. Can we speed up then? Okay, we got 2 hours before Hibiki gets like shot with an assault rifle. Damn. Also true. Okay, she's already getting shot with an assault rifle. Let's put Miku in a war zone. Yeah, just shoot her. That'll work. They don't care. I don't like the cracks. The cracks are a bad sign. Oh. Have we done something? Okay, I'm very curious. What are we looking at? Uh, uh, well, that doesn't bode well. It's like the same divine power stuff that kind of looks like the Tiki version, yeah. Well, it's got a big old spike there. Um, it also shoots like fire breath, kind of. Okay. Yeah, I mean, attacking it was probably a bad idea. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That actually looked really good. Yeah, that was some really good animation. Kind of looks like Hibiki, like kinda. Yeah. Then I'll beat your ass. Oh! Okay, it's Sanjuman. What did you mean by this? Are you still being a tsundere? A bunch of like RVs pulled up? What is going on? Oh, it's like it's the Miku RV. Gotcha. Gotta bring the party to you. Oh, for a birthday. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Is she on all fours? Hey yo. Yeah, shoot her with your gun. Time to tame the shrew. Okay. Damn. Oh yeah, she's done that before actually. I will simply just move my shadow. Triangle. Mario just wrapped her in a bunch of like tape. Masking tape. Hibiki's stronger than getting caught up in some tape though, right? Okay. Literally give you her energy. You know what I mean? Okay. This seems good. Look at everyone working together. Yeah? What are we firing? Oh, yeah, is this the linker? No, what are we doing? Okay, it is the linker. It's a shit ton of it. Not the fucking ass. No. That was a cursed gif. I was like, what am I looking at? Not the entire nation of Japan. Okay. Just nuke her. It'll be funny. She needs to brush her teeth too. They're very yellow. Oh, we're out. Well, the anti-linker didn't really work. What is this, like, blue flame, too? Bite the hands you once held is good, though. I see. So we're defending against it, or she's defending against it. Sure. Now what? Well, yeah. Not the ED? Wait, what? Okay, we're converting her voice to... Sure. The power of the gay. What will it do? Oh, so she's in there. Well, it is your birthday. Not just someone. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Okay. Oh, instead of a head? Oh, yeah, that metaphor from before. Yeah, right. Okay, we're back. My sunshine. This doesn't feel like real, though. Okay. Did we win? Question mark? Well, we've called this divine power out. Is it just gonna, like, hang in the air again? Better run. Can somebody catch her? Hopefully the place doesn't get nuked. Okay, no. Okay, she caught her. We did it. Okay, we won't nuke Hibiki. Saved. His expertise in noodles. They can, through noodles. Yeah, we didn't need to nuke Hibiki. I thought we didn't need to nuke people. Yeah, what happened? Hello? Golf? Golf moment? What? Who is this golf man? What happened? What are you talking about? Who is powerful enough to kill a nuke? Oh, he's so mad. Are we all gonna die? What happened? Well, yeah. This is bad. Oh, Sanjaman's self-sacrifice? Are we going to talk about that with the US if this succeeds? Are we going to, like, talk about that? That they just, like, nuked us? I'm imagining it's the US. Like, they're on a golf course. Yeah. Okay. What is this song? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was wondering when you guys would be back. Even in, spirit. Okay, stop the nuke. I'm still, like, kind of taken aback by. Are we going to talk about that? They just, like, nuked us. He was at, like, a country club and he's just like, it's time for you to go. Oh, we're actually back in, like, the real world. Okay, cool. How are we going to stop a nuke, though? Hello, Hibiki. How you feeling? My question, I guess it's Adam. What are we going to do next? I guess I should stay in the moment. How are we going to stop? Okay, yeah, okay. I faked my death. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, the melodies are so strong in this show. Shoot him with that pink bullet. Okay. How is that? I guess that's going to just contain it? Yeah, okay, cool. That's good. No, it won't. It's being contained. Okay. Is there no self sacrifice involved? Sure. Basically. Okay. Excuse me? This is a very horny episode. Now they need some help. Who will help? Oh. Okay. What did you mean by this? Hibiki looks like blasted. What, hold hands? Okay. There you go. Give that extra oomph. Bit of self sacrifice job. Okay. But what about all that energy? I guess it's just gone? Okay. We turned into Sparkly. Well, I like how transparent they're getting. Bye. It's a really sad thought. I can't remember the last time I didn't want to die. Yeah, had a feeling. Did he break through reality? What was that? Okay, what is that going to do? Are you going to turn into some equally giant monstrosity? Not water. They're one weakness. Not frozen water. Oh, she's here. Ah, the trip. Tiki's clutch. What is happening? Okay. Okay, that's a funny frame. We won? Question mark? Yeah. Then opening. Gotcha. Okay. What the hell happens in the last episode? Good thing I get to watch it like immediately, but like that episode was all over the place. So much shit happened. I guess like I say that after every episode, but this one like especially so. It was good though. I really enjoyed myself. I always enjoy myself watching Symphogear. We'll see if this is a bad idea, me watching this directly after, if I, like, for some reason don't fully understand stuff and that leads to some weird stuff going on. I don't know. Only time will tell. Hibiki got up and about and dressed very quickly. I mean, you could see the heroic self-sacrifice Sanjiman stuff coming from a mile away as soon as she started, waxing lyrical like that, and then, yeah. So Cagliostro and Prelati were hiding? They weren't, like, dead? Okay, sure. I guess it helps them to get out of Adam's eye who wanted to sacrifice them, which makes a lot of sense. Again, I reiterate, what the hell are we doing next episode? And yeah, I guess I'll have to answer that right now by watching the next episode. So follow me into doing that. Episode 13 of Symphogear AXZ up here, ready to go. Let me pop that up there. Seemingly, we're going to do a little bit of a recap of last episode, leading into, again, whatever the hell is going to happen. Same picture in picture, same everything. So, just going to hit the button and press play. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Sanjaman. The wonder of her smiling. I can't. That's still such a sad line. Who gets the gun? Question mark. We've like specifically shown it twice. Oh, now we're following it. Even more so. Oh, did it shatter? I was gonna say, I hope Miku gets like a big gun. Too late! Again, he's like Truman Show. He's broken through like the background. I've got the whole wild world in my hand. They're all stuck in frozen ice. Hit him with that even so. I can't believe Tiki came in clutch. That's funny. I think it's exactly as convenient as that. Again, that face is so good. Yeah. Okay, thanks Tiki for being clutch again. He's trying to like grab at it. We won again? Question mark? Yeah. I mean, I disagree completely. Good. I think Hibiki did everything that she could do considering the circumstance. Yeah, it was a self-sacrifice thingy. Some would say ironic. Hmm. Well, of course you don't. I thought that would have been cool too. Bro, somebody killed Tiki. It's like only humane at this point. Good. Not the custodians. Yeah, just, I'll be the supreme leader. Oh, that the voice acting in that was very good. Yeah. We're doing it? Yeah, I agree with all of these statements. What is this song? We're just gonna beat his ass. Who even is Adam? We don't care. I'm sorry, we have Hibiki. You're done. We have everybody. Yeah, nice kind of group song, finale song. I feel like we've gotten one of these each time. Are we going to go full angel mode again as well? What's the word? X drive, is that what X drive is? I always forget. Oh, we fused again? What did we turned into a Beyblade? Okay, there's lots happening on screen. Oh, that shot was straight from the opening. Okay, I think we're awesome. Okay, yeah, X drive. We want X drive, baby. Not the curse of Bilal. Oh, Maria's cool. She loves saying that line. How do you even know what X drive is? Oh, I guess he's been like around in the background. Airshot? Why don't you guys all just attack him directly? I'll give him like a double punch? What is going on? Okay. Ah, what is going on? Why is it so gooey? The eyes are killing me too. He's going Super Saiyan? Ah. What? What's it almost like? Yeah, it's creepy. He's the devil? Sure. We'll go with it. What am I looking at, though? Okay. The same as the custodians. Okay, he powered up, for sure. He's very quick and very strong. What even is that? Not the phone. I agree. Why? Why'd the phone ring? Was it just to distract them? Okay. Sure. What? Question mark? Uh, sure. Oh, what is this? Uh, well, I mean, no, but we've done this before. Yeah. I was like, I recognize this audio. Okay. They're going to explode. Do we need some kind of miracle? Yeah, I didn't even know what you said. Is it possible? I know I keep harping on about this. Does anybody on the bridge ever get a day off? Okay. There's lots of rainbows on screen. That's generally good. Okay, we're going like wild again. Berserk, that's the word. Oh! 6th time? Last ignition? Did he just make the sun? Sucks to be this city, by the way. Are those guys still playing golf? Why are we all surfing of missiles? Ooh. What is the black on the costume there? Is that always there? Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a blimp? No, it's just like a big Why is it like a big rocket and a smaller rocket? What? Oh, I love Symphogear. Yep. We love the drill this season too. What was that? Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about last episode, I think. Yeah. Oh my god, it's the smelter demon. Uh. Okay. Give Hibiki your power? I'm giving her my power too. Please work. You at home better be doing this too. Triangle. Oh, she can use everyone's powers? Yo, what is this character design too? What has been happening this episode? Yeah, we're doing everything. Okay, this is fan servicey as well. As we just like non-stop play the opening too. What time? What are you talking about? What is the advent of the... Sure. Whatever you say. Oh, yeah! Okay, yeah, she always does that. Chris does, anyway. Okay. Oh! Okay. Thank you, alchemists. This that shot was awesome too. Yeah, the animation this episode's been really... She's gold? Oh, she's cool. Oh, yeah, shit. Oh, yeah, using the power of the alchemists? Using your own power against you, Adam. Just yell harder. That's like full on like JoJo shit. What the fuck am I looking at? It still keeps going. Okay. Testament. Okay, that delivered. That was really good. Not despair. Oh my. That looked like a super nuke. I don't know. Oh. Sure. There was a giant explosion though. Are we sure that it's all okay? It looked very dangerous. Oh, she got another coffee. That's good. Yeah, take a holiday. A long one. Take extended leave. No. Stop. I mean, this is worth talking about though, right? Well, the original sin, I know that from like the Bible. Okay, we beat up all these dudes. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is lead on stuff. But that was also talked about from way back in the beginning. No. I'm with you, Food, on this. Like, they just nuked us when it was fine. We should nuke them. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. What else? Boy. No. You're missing the point of the show. No. Wrong. Wrong person. Alright, we're back. Okay, birthday party. Yay! We made it, everybody. There you go. She made it. Oh, she's been 16 this whole time. Oh, we even invited the three in the back. Where's some Strog? Come on. Oh yeah, Shirabe likes cooking. Now I remember. No, she's being bashful. Not the tomato lady. The return of the tomato lady? Oh. I'll do the washing up. Okay, you guys are gay as. Yeah, it's got really fresh tomatoes in it. Tomato, you know. What? Are we Monogatari now? What was that fourth wall break? Okay. We did it. What are we doing? What game? Oh, I've played that game. What game is that? Yo. That's like bringing back like a memory. Okay. Shout out Stefan. Shout out Sonia as well. What is she doing? What is that? Okay, sure. What is that a cup of? It's a rum and coke. Elf9 is so... She's being abused. We need to get some people involved. Well, this is a nice quiet moment, though. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's been the conflict for a couple of seasons now. Sympathetic villains. Miku just said, don't care, didn't ask. Okay, despite it all, I'll be here. Thank you. Sure. Just stare into each other's eyes for a while. You know, platonically. Thanks, Miku. Playing some cards. Okay. Alright. I thought we'd have a more definite lead in. I guess that's that custodian's idea. But yeah, that was, you know, we've done a lot of finales by now. 4, if I can count, believe it. So we're really good at them, is my point. We understand what we need to do and when we need to do it and how to make people feel good. Just a bunch of shit. Yeah, the kind of build into everything there was amazing. Yeah, Adam being like a weird like demon man was definitely a twist. And then Hibiki like using other people's powers is just like pure fan service. Oh yeah, this song too. Oh my god. Yo, this song rips. Okay, so we're calling that last song Testament as well. Yeah, that final attack where she just like is all gold and just like super punching, turns into like Golden Freddy. Um, yeah, that's what are we even doing? Now I'm under the impression that I have extras, but I actually haven't checked, so I'll dive right into them after this. Oh, post credit. What are we looking at? How? Okay, specifically the stuff with like Miku and Shen Shojing. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, really? Huh. In that moment's very important then. Oh yeah, Miku. Miku was in that light too. Okay, what does this mean though? Yeah, I'm unsure what that is connotating towards. Miku's going to be involved in the final season in some concrete way. Considering, I think I've seen the poster for the last season, and it's them looking at like shooting stars. I think so. I don't know. Miku's involved. Cool. So yes, I do have some extras. There is four. They're about 8 minutes each. I'm imagining they're in a very similar style to the extras we've had before. Probably just filling in character stuff that's not been missing, but just adding that extra little bit of spice and flavor. So I'll dive into those first, starting with the first one. There's 1 through 4, so buckle in because we're watching them all in a row. So yeah, Symphogear AXZ Extras Episode 1 up here. It is 7 minutes and 29 seconds. I'm using I think it's the Yamate Tomete subs. Yamate Tomete, sure, which are different from the D truck, potentially. I don't even know. Um, and yeah, we've got a lot of chapter breaks here, so I'd imagine similar style. And yeah, I'll just go straight through. Gonna give 3, 2, 1 for each one, of course. Though, right here, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, summer break before Axis. Okay. Oh, knock knock. Hello, Elf9. Oh yeah, Elf9's not like completely part of the crew yet. Oh yeah, like the new Elf9 though. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh my god, like Motormouth. Did you eat all of her food you gave as a gift? Is that the joke? Just for you to eat. Yeah. I like the little noise up the top too. Okay. Oh, the sub's like fading out too. Okay. Is that the whole letter? I wouldn't be surprised with Kirika. That's just adorable. Sure. I don't want to hear nothing about some unexpected discharge. Kuris-chan? Well, yeah, she's just hungry. That's the joke. Oh, she's so nice. Okay. Why did I laugh at her falling over? Oh, she'll be okay. Seriously? That's so funny. She tripped and fell. Not a friendship letter. We will absolutely have the party today. Are we doing like a bus tour? What's going on? I agree. Where are we going? Oh, I see. So we must celebrate today. Okay, then 3 days later in London. Yeah, one of her character traits is she's messy. Sure. Correct me if they're doing like spy shit in London. That's part of like them finding out the Bavarian Illuminati stuff. Yeah, but why clean up when it's just going to get dirty again? Because we're gay. So what will you say instead? Okay. Okay. Okay, preparing for Obon? Sure. We'll let it slide. Okay. Is this some like Japanese thing I'm not understanding? Most probably. Okay. She just watching like reruns? What is she doing? She's just like me. Sure. Yeah, context. Okay, we're at the festival though. Bang. There's nothing to hate. Is that takoyaki? I think, right? Oh my god, it's not an octopus anymore. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, darling. Kirika just says words, man. She's so fat. Whatever you say. I she is just like saying stuff this episode, man. What? Yeah, I'm just as confused as everyone else. Summer festival together. Wow. Well, not together with everybody, but oh, I see. I was like, what the hell is that? Sure. Good luck, charm. Has she had that the whole time? I haven't even noticed. Little rat's tail. I like their blue friend braided it though. Okay, thanks. Oh yeah, this song. These shorts are so good. Even if they're like weird and I don't understand them, we're onto the next thing so quickly it doesn't matter. This might be one of my favorite songs. It's just so different. All right, number 2 up here, ready to go. Gonna give it a 3, 2, 1. Radio. 3, 2, 1, go. A taste of summer, or just taste of summer. I wonder when this is. Nagashi Somen. What? She's curious. Thanks, Dad. Sure. And that is our setup. Go on. Oh, yeah, I know this thing. Yeah, like the water flows and the... Yeah, right, cool. Yeah, but it's cool. What's that for? Ah. Oh, it's the training room. Oh, okay, this is cute. Okay. The Renkinjutsu. Alright. Let's see it work then. Gotta run that machine. Get that water up there. Why is it got a loop-de-loop? Some test subjects. Oh, here are the test subjects. Everyone thinks it's a water slide for cats. Yeah. No, it's for some somen. Nickname. Yeah, I've got some really weird origins. She does. What's the nickname? I've been struggling for a nickname. Luffy? Monkey D? Sure. Again, over my head. Is that a reference? Probably. Oh, we're finally doing it. Oh yeah, they have to grab it out too. It's probably the loop-de-loop. Go right down the end. You can be like the stopgap. Of course it's Hibiki. Who else would it be? I think yeah. I don't get the idea behind it being like tasting better, but sure. Yeah, a little bit, but it's meant to be a bit of fun. It's okay. Summer homework. Oh no. Now time to do your homework here, Biggie. Got to do the homework. Yeah, a whole day. That's heaps. I can see that too. So it's about anime with you, isn't it? I forgot about that. Sure. What is he drawing a little picture? What's going on there? Oh yeah, this, and then Chris is surprisingly good. Wonderful red singing hood. She's your annoying, clingy senpai. It's fine. That's cute. Oh, the drawing's getting better. Shoutouts to that one noise. What are we watching? I didn't read that. A ghost special? Sure. What is the little sweat? What is that? Oh, she's a little bit scared. Okay. London's silent songstress. She's cool? She's very excited. Okay, so then this is linking in. Yeah, gotcha. Then we find the Illuminati. Okay. I think you can do both. Why not? A super spy and an idol. Love the suit. Yeah, it is sunny old England. Said that earlier this week too. Hello, hello. Is there no roof? What happened? What happened? Did she have like the window open? What is that? Okay, sure. We have like a heap of those in Australia, bit of like citronella or something. Do they even have that many mosquitoes in Britain? Okay. I don't get that. Why does that make everything wet? Yes. Oh, don't we start this new season with her like studying in school? Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I'll study something else. Gotta make a good strog. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Probably, yeah. I mean, I would too. Yeah, something a little bit slice of lifey. Yeah, I mean, more of the same. It was good. Um, Elf Nine was cute. I still don't get what happened over in England, but I don't know. It was good. I think the biggest mistake of Axis was having like none of that trio, the Stroganoff trio. Big mistake. Big mistake. Radio. Three's up. You know the drill. Three, two, one, go. Just before 3.5, which is the mobile game or the game. Okay, you let me know, Sanjaman. What's happening? Yeah, it's true. We've been behind the scenes the whole time. That sounds all very epic. Just a bit of height. It's okay. Yeah. Not the American government. Okay, so we need to take the Chateau data, which is why season 3 after it is relevant. How was that read? Sekoku nai. Great. They're having fun. Sanjaman. Yeah, if we're doing like pure like logic of it. Whatever you think. Don't we also have Adam on side? Okay. Cool. Red seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells. Further prep? She loves a speech, Sanjaman. Is she me? Great. This is probably like the VAs like just like protesting. I'm not even gonna try. Philosopher's Stone. I even stuffed up saying that. Why do I speak on this thing like all the time? It'll help for us to seem official. Okay. Whatever you say. Mendokusai. Changing clothes. Okay. Etchy sketchy? Is that what we said? Etchy? Okay, we both used to be men. There you go. Okay, is that like canon? Sure. Number 2. Yeah. Okay. It's giving me penny and stocking. Yeah, you're perving on yourself. Oh, did you guys know each other before that, maybe? Just before the start of Axis. We're just chilling on the side of a building. What are we doing? Who knows? we're not the bad guys in our own mind. Didn't you understand the show? It was about how we weren't actually the bad guys. We actually sounded like super good guys from the beginning to when it was like why are we fighting? Good old Valverde. What? It looks good though. It's like a really realistic, just like image of it. One of the animators just went out to lunch. Yeah, gotta eat. Okay. What are you talking about? Yeah, what is this basically thing? I didn't really notice it before, like, today's session. Rambo. I know that movie. Yeah, let's go see Rambo, sure. But movies are cool. But what if the movie gives us some ideas? Did somebody? Of course, that makes perfect sense. Oh, and then do we use a bit of that into our stuff in the start of Axis in Valverde? Yeah, what are we doing? Okay, but how? You've been itchy sketchy. Sure, whatever you want to tell yourself. Oh, just three cuties. I'm sad to see them go. I think I remember like we got some auto scorer specials like last season, and that's kind of like the equivalent. I wonder if the next episode will be more of that kind of stuff, or we'll go back to the main cast. I do not know. Studio Don Juan? Excuse me? And finally, the fourth set of specials, the last thing we'll see before leading into that final season, which is very, very exciting. A little bit sad too, a little bit. A little bit for sure. But yeah, I'm going to hit play. 3, 2, 1, go. Just before Hell Screen. What? Okay. Wait, the theater? No. We're going to learn first and then apply. Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. So Hell Screen is at the start of Axis. What is Hell Screen? Am I stupid? No, you could still get souvenirs for you. Oh, she's dabbing. Oh my god, she hit that couch with some force. It was kind of a vacation. I mean, we did beat ass and we kind of watched a kid lose his leg. Oh my god, the voice acting. How are you? Yeah, but she's still like a big baby. The morning of the new term, I think that said. No, you don't understand. Okay. Also true. Shame especially. Yeah, I can only say death. 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 You know, it's got that little extra on it that I can't quite do. Death. Death. You know, it's funny. Stop thinking about tomatoes. It's freaking me out. Yeah, it's a metaphor. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Yeah, the metaphor of it, it's all freaking me out. Elf Nine's day off. What is she doing? Oh, she got a day off. Ayo, we won? Yeah. She's perpetually overworking herself for the entire show. You should take a day off. Yeah. Breaks actually increase efficiency if you didn't know. You don't actively try to relax. No, listen, you're not relaxing. The other me? Yeah, I guess that's how it works. Huh. That'd be a naked date, but also that'd be interesting, right? Okay, get these two freaks off my screen. No, I refuse. It's not very secretive. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing, Tsubasa? Do you two both have a day off? And what do you please? Go shopping. I remember when Tsubasa went shopping in like season 1. That was a fun scene. What? What are you gonna do? Why are you so worried? Continue. Oh, probably a Kana day. Well, I mean, loads of people have died actually, but you know. Well, this is heartbreaking. Oh, okay. No, okay, Mum. Good old soy sauce. I remember the soy sauce. Is that an actual bottle of alcohol? Thanks, Mum. Telepath phone? Okay, we're explaining the phones. When he used the phone as like a special attack, that was oh my god, he's ordering pizza. That was like I lost it. That was so funny. It's probably his best ability. Wait, they think it's a prank. Call Moe's Tavern. Yeah. He should yeah, he's a bit of a loser, if you didn't notice. Symphogear, the Swan Song, the Valkyrie Song. Yeah, she just gets better. I'm only bleeding from the eyes. Yeah? Okay, she's feeling better. That's good. I thought they were gonna like play off her getting better really quickly. So I'll be able to fight the person that called me an idiot? Sure. Okay, a short time after the end of Axis. Okay, everyone's ordering food. Oh, okay, we're doing a bit of karaoke, are we? How much food do you want? It's the classic. Can I have two large Big Mac meals and what would you like? Kine Chris. Karaoke's fun. I can't believe we hadn't done more of it. Oh yeah, singing Red Hood, of course. Oh, this song too. Oh, with the audio on it too. Yay, we did it. There you go. Okay, I want to hear this full song now too. Oh my god, listen to it. Those synths. And yeah, that's it. As I said before, I'll return tomorrow and record a little bit more, just some additional observations and stuff about episodes 12 and 13. Probably not as much about the extras you wouldn't think. They were really entertaining though. They were very very funny, and I continue to like their placement in the show. Just nice to relax after the season and see some funny stuff with the characters you enjoy seeing. So yeah. Um, I'll see you tomorrow. That's about where I'm ending this today. Uh, these episodes were really good, and I had a blast. But now I'm gonna go to bed. So thank you, and see you tomorrow. I think I've said that like 3 times now, but bye. And we're back the next day. I've got episode 12 up here. And I'm wondering how I'm going to structure this. I guess I just start from the start. The first thing I thought of here is now what I'm seeing on screen here is very interestingly informed by the very end of this season, which is quite intriguing, I think. Like going forward, this kind of heavenly, godlike, better than human type vibe that we have going on, right? The kind of almost elimination of the curse of Balal from memory, which is fucking weird. Okay, but I'm down, and there is a pretty obvious lead in from the end of this season onto more content, right? Was this added in post, like other stuff that we've seen like this in the past? That's been added after the fact. I'm thinking season 1 into 2, how they kind of, I guess, redid the ending. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. The episodes were really good. I'm going to have another look at them now. They were very exciting the moment, and I don't really remember the moment to moment stuff that much. So hopefully I get to relive it here. And a ton of songs to read too. So, as I noted in the reaction, the first thing we see here is kind of the lack of an opening. We kind of use that ED through the episode from memory as well, that ED song. Kind of got the kind of credits over the top just of this intro replaying stuff from the end of episode 11. Episode 11. Again, only an immaculate soul can serve as the vessel for the divine power. When we get to the very end of this segment, we'll see how that manifests. Yeah, even explicitly this line, which again leads into what we'll talk about at the end. So this episode's structure is weird for multiple reasons. First, our main enemy of the episode is kind of Hibiki, right? Which frames things weirdly. Like Adam just kind of pieces out for a while, which I find quite funny. I'm not sure it's very good, but it's funny. So, like, what really matters there? I don't know. It's a weird one. The second thing is that the other big threat of the episode is like a nuke from the US. So we got to stop a nuke and we got to stop Hibiki, kind of in the reverse order of how I said it. Yeah, a lot goes on in 22 minutes. I'll tell you that. Again, the other thing about the structure is time skip. Time skip, baby. Kind of a sad old. Why did they even set this up? When was her birthday? Why would they have this set up? Question mark. Anyway, it's a metaphor. It's fine. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting the time skip. Is kind of what I'm getting at. Not really on my bingo card. The next thing we introduce here is the UN involvement, likely voting in favor of military intervention on Japanese soil. And now we get a lot of those themes coming back from the kind of Fudo stuff, where we have to protect Japan from outside forces. We have to stand as that sentinel. And I think the way a lot of that stuff will continue to be into the next season. I think that character is going to stick around. This line here also becomes quite prophetic. The US government has an awfully short fuse regarding incidents that could affect the entire world. But you know what I mean? Like, you can honestly cut that part out. And kind of the destruction of that satellite was a catalyst for a lot of this intervention as well, that just kind of happenstance happened last episode. Saying last episode's weird considering I watched like 2, but you know what I mean. Ogawa being an irony merchant here, saying that it's kind of ironic that it's the same situation that Valverde was in just a few weeks ago, kind of coming full circle on the foreign intervention thing. I like that a big part of our plan involving saving Hibiki is just like bringing in the ringer, bringing in the person that we know is going to have that profound effect on her. Again, from common knowledge throughout the rest of the show, right? This is the characters learn stuff and approach the correct situations quicker as the show goes on, I think. So we're going to inject Hibiki with a bunch of red juice called anti-linker, and Elf9 has the justification for why. If we assume that the energy, the kind of light particle stuff that went and hit Hibiki, is similar in nature to the Symphogears and the power there, kind of the relic two-person system of a Symphogear, I guess you would say. If we assume it's similar, then anti-linker will separate the two. Sure, makes sense. I'm following Elf9 on this. She seems to know what she's talking about. And there's something that comes back later with these relics, the kind of converter units or something, and that Hibiki doesn't have one and is causing herself a lot of damage. But again, it doesn't matter in the end because she's Hibiki. I need to remember what happens there. I don't know why Miku doesn't understand how she's the trump card, how she's the ace in the hole. You're going to speak to her some really nice words and she's going to feel better. It's pretty obvious. We're also bringing in one other ringer, of course, that being Sanjuman, finally going full circle and joining hands with our protagonist team, I guess. Kind of starting off by giving some data, Sunning it up, saying that she's not going to actually help, and then ending the episode by stopping a nuke from destroying Japan. So a lot can happen in 20 minutes. Yeah, here's Kamakura. He's here. And he kind of gets the word that they're going to start shooting the thing, which is bad, and also doesn't align very well with his kind of ideas. Am I stupid? Is he he's got like a lazy eye in this frame. It's kind of funny. He looks kind of silly. That's good. I like that. Alright, he's a bit better now, a bit more serious. Wait, Hibiki's not a supernatural disaster. She's my friend. Alright, that's a frankly ridiculous line. But I think Tsubasa spits some game here. Hang on. It's Kazunari duty to protect the country, and then I, the prodigal daughter, will protect my friend and its people. Sure, it's very official. And he hates that, right? He's like, no, but I made you to do thing. No, I'm doing other thing. You know? It's that old vibe. Of course Tsubasa's not going to listen to this freak now. She's way better than that. Even Sanjuman takes a sideswipe at him too, yet another instigator of oppression. Either way, people are going to start shooting tanks and stuff at Hibiki. That's funny. The tanks coming full circle from the start of the season as well. Yeah, this is the tanks getting their revenge if you really think about it. That's crazy. So they're shooting it, it's starting to crack. That's never good, right? I said it's full on metamorphosis vibes, transforming into something else, and that's pretty much exactly what it is. So yeah, what the hell is this? I don't know what this is. So, okay, what's the implication here? The divine power, whatever that may be, got infused with Tiki and made, a different looking one of these. This one's got a little bit more of a yellow thing going on, obviously because it's Hibiki, with that same kind of glow that got a lot of glows in Symphogear. But anyway, like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, there's something. Why do gods look like this? Is my question, I guess. Is this just their design for what we have going on, or is there some further implication about what a custodian may be, what a divine person may be, what a that'll be a revelatory moment later in what we have going on. I don't know, just questioning it. And yeah, it's pretty much very similar to the Tiki one. It just shoots beam out of its mouth and it's seemingly very mad. So I guess we could take the implication from this that, okay, Tiki under control of Adam. Adam wants to be the one on top, wants to be the oppressor. You would think that he would want a power such as this to send a message and get what he wants, right? Now that Hibiki's got it, and she wouldn't have the motivation to do something like that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it must be the divine power side of it that wants this destruction. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but yeah, definitely got me thinking. Oh, and then we get that one bit of really good animation. Let's watch it one more time here. Got a Mario standing in the way. Yeah, we kind of mob Psycho out for like half a second there. It looked really good. And yeah, Sanjaman, who said that she wasn't going to help like 2 minutes ago, is now helping. Again, still sundering up. I'm not here to help you, but I will fight. Like, just fucking admit it. You're helping. It's fine. We're bringing the party to you, Hibiki, because it's her birthday, because, yeah. And scene ensues where we get the remaining 5 girls. Yeah. All working together to kind of bring down Hibiki before Miku comes through with that final attack. Yeah, and we get action scene. It's pretty good. They do this basically every season where the girls just get to pop off for a while. We get it this episode, and we get it next episode where they just get to do all their moves. Again, first trying to weave the shadow of the creature, which doesn't work as well as we would hope. Kind of got this mad like triangle power as well from Mario. Yeah, it's like she's got a bunch of like cling wrap or something, and she's wrapping her up. It's notable because this comes back at the end of episode 13. Or during the middle, I guess, where Hibiki uses this power. Her teeth are very yellow too. I'd recommend a dentist for Hibiki, if this translates to what her actual mouth looks like. So yeah, we've got the thing restrained right now, using Maria's cling wrap, and now we're all going to put our hands on Maria and help her to hold it still, kind of feeding her the energy in the process. Oh, that makes sense because she's got the thing that lets them kind of narrow the power through. That's her relic, right? Agatalam? I always struggle with that one. Yeah, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Cool. Yeah, the combined might of everybody is helping to save Hibiki in this moment. And now we get these kind of vehicles that pulled up as well. They're full of anti-linker, and they're going to shoot Hibiki and kind of inject her and help hasten that process of kind of removing the divine power from her. From memory, there's a really sus shot where they shoot her in the ass. I forget if that's now. Yeah, there it is. Good old butt jiggle, just for good measure. Yeah, never change Symphogear. So it's so funny. We have again, I always forget his name. Tsubasa's fake dad, and we have the kind of senated guy as well that eats the noodles, and we have kind of Kamakura. Like, everybody's just logging onto the Discord call in this episode, right? There's so many different parties we're talking to about stuff, and in the end, it just doesn't even matter because the US guy that's playing golf at the country club just kind of turns that key and then sends a nuke on its way. I don't know what this is, the kind of blue on the hat, something, and then we break out. And I think there's some justification about anti-linker. We have some blocking technique for it. Sanjaman being cool, protecting everybody, just still sunning out like crazy. Yeah, link coefficient is our kind of factor there that we're tracking to see if she's going to calm down or not. And now we're putting in the trump card, the secret weapon. Miku just yelling at Hibiki. Oh yeah, and then the ED starts up. Perfect. Of course, we bring it to the birthday. Tears in the eyes to, one of them touching scenes between Miku and Hibiki that we have so often. Again, much like Tiki, Hibiki's kind of in the heart center spot of the divine thing. And yeah, she's just kind of laying down, can't really listen. Just kind of vibing. Miku here says her thank yous. It's because you and I were born into the same world that I learned how to run alongside someone else. Kind of bringing full circle, again, I'm saying that a lot, on this anecdote, I guess I would say, earlier in the season about Miku being in track. She wanted to run ahead of people, and then upon seeing Hibiki, it might be okay to see somebody from behind every now and again and let somebody else take the lead. Again, that metaphor is pretty apt, and I like its use here as kind of a final push to get Hibiki out of what she's doing. Like, I don't need to run off alone. I can have somebody hand in hand, somebody lead me on, and all these other different things. Working together, Symphogear, big theme thing. Yeah, cool. And we out, and that was only like 14 minutes. Pure Symphogear pacing. And yeah, classically enough, Miku runs out and is the first one to catch a falling Hibiki as well. And then this is just lies. So we had the call. The military intervention proposal has been rejected. We won, guys. Yeah, everyone can work together without the need for nuclear weapons. And then nuke gets launched. Oh no, it's Golf, the one root of all evil. So yeah, whoever the hell this is, you would imagine some kind of president or something, just doomed to civilization based on wrong info. So yeah, it has about 6 minutes till impact. If we do our little math with the end of the episode, that kind of tracks as well, which is good. Oh, I do want to shout out this guy getting so mad that the screen like shatters. That's pretty good. So the stakes here is, hey, we can't just go up and like hit it because it'll explode and then there'll be a bunch of contamination and nuclear fallout all over the place. So we need to contain it. And then, hey, yeah, Sanjaman's going to do like heroic self-sacrifice thing for the next little bit. So please be advised. Damn, Poochie went back to his home planet. That's crazy. So yeah, we finally get that Alchemist song to finish things off as well. That's been pretty much foreshadowed, you would think, right? You don't get characters into Symphogear without having them sing. There's a lot of talk here about doing this all alone and having the strength to do that, but then we know she doesn't do it all alone because we have Prelati and Cagliostro showing up as well. This song of liberation burns our lives, the flames that will pierce through the darkness. The bell of liberation sounds our demise, will raise our cry of triumph of our own will. Okay, yeah, pretty much what they're doing. And our death will illuminate the road to an eternal future. It will. This is what it's all been building up to, apparently. The kind of revelation here also is that Cagliostro and Prelati had been fake dying earlier, which I pretty much predicted, right? You wouldn't frame a character death the way they did in those episodes as kind of like a triumphant thing, considering how sympathetic they have been up to this point. And yeah, because they were going to be the kind of fuel behind what Adam had going on at that point in the story, it was a good idea to hide because he would just, if you stayed alive, he would just continue to pursue and try to use you like that. Let our cursed blood boil, we go together with our pounding heartbeats. Hibiki's just like dead at this point too. Straight into hell, a lone ray of light burning bright in the revolting sky. We now run dry and come to ruin, double-edged swords as we are. Sure, again, like a lot of these lyrics are just like, whatever you say, Symphogear. They're less pointed than I hope in these situations, right? I guess a lot of it is, it's interesting, right? Like in watching something like a Revue Starlight at the moment, we kind of use a very musical theatre, musical style to that advantage, if that makes any sense, where they can kind of extrapolate upon things and have back and forths and that kind of thing a little bit more, where these are meant to be consumed as pieces of music outside of the context of the show as well. And I think they succeed more in that aspect, right? Where the music in Revue Starlight is a little bit more tied to the show. Not saying these songs are unrelated, but like you could make the lyrics a little bit more direct about each other and like actual events in the story. I don't know. Just, it's a weird one for me. We only sought an answer before we turned to dust. Even if we collapse and disappear, we won't let you say it was all our resolve. We won't let you blame it on our destiny. Reject it all. Only the truth is absolute. Pierce through the fiction with the period's stake. Eviscerate the heavens for the sake of liberty. We are proud of this flawless beauty, shining brighter than the morning sun, our final song. It most certainly is your final song, as they start to put all this that kind of energy into this bullet to shoot the nuke out of the sky, because we're Symphogear. Kind of using the Philosopher's Stone stuff to contain the explosion. Phrases like I wish are so imperfect. They are not meant for us, those words belonging in dreams. But I wish I can smile from just one more I wish, then I want to sketch the days my friends and I wished for. Lots of wishes. This is just a fantastic line as well. Honestly, I'd rather ram this thing up the Lodge Master's ass. Which he would probably enjoy for all we know, so probably don't do that. I don't know. Now, as we close our eyes by the strength of others, we can feel our bonds becoming a miracle. Overflowing like the tears we could never shed, I will entrust it with the sash of hope. And yeah, the explosion's going even more like kind of super mega outwards stuff. Expanding, that's a word. So we're going to give our life energy up to stop it, right? Which is the ultimate self-sacrifice, like not even metaphorically anymore, they're literally doing it. Stand up, stand up. These souls become gold. As they are crucified until they rot away, we expose all creation, lay the world open like a book. It may be awkward, but it's the only way I can reach out with this arrogant fist. At least the song's really strong musically. I like the da 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 da. I think that's really strong melodically. And all three of them have kind of unique voices, which help sell the song as well for mine. And then look, we did it. But also we're like turning into a bunch of like sparkly stuff as well. And then we get this line as well, which I think is repeated later. I can't even remember the last time I didn't want to die, which is just very depressing, but also clearly very human, like in that last moment, still like not wanting to pass on and potentially having something else to live for at this moment that wasn't there in the past. Cagliostro waving away as we fade into nothingness, shouting out mum, not that mum, but a different mum. Kind of the catalyst for a lot of Sanjaman's motivations through all of this. She died happy. Yeah, that's what we're getting at, basically. But Hibiki has different thoughts. Oh yeah, that we talk about like way later in the story. Sorry, I kind of led you on there. Instead we have Hand, we have Arm from Adam, who is now soaking up all of that sparkly stuff. So, okay. Where did the divine power go? Am I stupid? Because is this the kind of power behind the alchemists and all that kind of shit, all that life energy, or is it the divine power that we've been kind of thinking about as well? Or is it kind of the same thing? Questions that need answering, I guess. But really it doesn't matter. Adam put it all in the arm and kind of broke through the screen as well, fourth wall style. We give them Symphogear's greatest enemy, which is water, which turns to ice. So they're all frozen. They can't stop Adam from expanding out this arm-hand thing. There's only one person that could stop it, and this all happens very quickly. So Hibiki's gonna like punch the thing. Tiki gives the assist by like tripping Adam. So I didn't even know what this thing would have turned into, but like, yeah, it didn't look good. It's kind of probably like gigantic and evil looking, like a lot of this divine power stuff has been. And we're gonna just punch it and finish that off right away. We don't even need to worry about it. We get this awesome frame of Adam freaking out, again, seeing his life's work being destroyed in front of his eyes for the second time in like 2 days. And then, yeah, that's our last frame of Hibiki being awesome before moving on to the next episode. Oh yeah, I should mention ending the episode with the opening, which is a tradition that we do. So in the next episode again with a little bit more recap before we get back into the Adam stuff. Yeah, a lot of recap. Like there's a full minute 40 there. I don't know about that. Oh yeah, and this is what I was talking about, right? So Hibiki really lamenting the fact that she wasn't up and about, ready to help Sanjaman and work together and do all that stuff. It's been kind of a motivation for the season, helping that to occur. Lamenting the fact that once again the only thing that she could use was her fists. Episode 13, I didn't catch episode 12's title, but this title is The Reality You Face After Shedding So Many Tears, which is a, nice, simple, kind of elegant title. They're kind of also justifying the lack of fallout from this explosion as a little bit of that perfect alchemist energy coming through. They used not only their Faust robes, but even their lives to represent the stone, nullifying the nuclear weapon. Hibiki continuing to lament the fact that they didn't get to talk more, wanted to understand each other, work together, all these fun Symphogear themes. Tiki gets her just desserts here again, so everybody that wants to see this can stick around. Bang. Good. But again, she did come in clutch there. She gave the assist, right? Adam here calling out that humans can never understand each other, not so long as the curse of Belial exists, kind of echoing a lot of the thoughts of the alchemist trio. But Adam's thought, right, is not while you are unable to surpass those who put it in place, the custodians. Mentioning the custodians again, I think that this is like way back from Fine days when we were doing that stuff. She says like even so many times this like towards the end of this season as well. Again, Adam's motivation: if we all combine into one under my command, I could unite this disorganized colony into the perfect unit and really take it up to those custodians, the ones that decided that me, Adam, way back in the day, that I was too perfect, that whole story that we had going on. I can really take it up to them and show them who's boss. Which kind of really screams that even so there as well. That was good. Despite it all, reaching out and trying to understand others has never been meaningless. Great line. Great line, and I really, really agree. And yeah, we're going to do the Symphogear thing, so everybody kind of tuck in. We're getting ready. Everybody's going to just fight a bunch of noise and be awesome and sing like a group song. Again, this is that whole, again, it's from the Kabbalah, from memory, from the comments that we're talking about. It's the manifestation of that story, right? Humanity have the kind of capacity to improve and better themselves, despite not being perfect in the first place, which is more inherently valuable. Kind of getting into a little bit of like almost Monogatari stuff that we were talking about in Monogatari back in the day as well, about what is more valuable there. Is it the hard work of being not perfect and trying to connect and be better, or is there more value in being inherently perfect? If humans are inherently good, there is no value in humans being good. If humans are inherently bad, there may potentially be some value in humans that try to be good, right? Despite their internal nature. The value of effort. Yeah, lots of stuff there going on in the background as we see multicolored space girls fight. What ends up being like a devil thing. It's a very weird fight. Oh yeah, this song rips too, now I remember. There is an unbeatable song in my fist, blossoming. A beautiful sword flashes in the moonlight. So we kind of got a mini Hibiki call response thing going on there. My gun bullet kiss becomes strength, no forgiveness. Stand up, ready, show off, and face the heavens. Oh, she's cool. Oh yeah, this is when they turn into like the Beyblade thing for like the 10 trillionth time, right? Like, look at it. It's like a big old like gobstopper or something. It's fucking weird. My melody ties us to tomorrow, bringing sunshine and tying together our bonds. We will never give up on fighting. This heart, this life. Every battle is a clash of beliefs. Yeah, they understand what a battle is in fiction. True. Are you saying the moral choices that people make are what leads them to fight? Yes, it is. Echo together, sing with everything you have and weave your song. For the future, for our dreams, we wield our determination. Almost some Undertale vibes there. Again, this is like the fourth time we've done this. We need to get as much kind of phonic gain as possible to activate X Drive. We're trying to do that as fast as possible, as quickly as possible. Apparently it's all thanks to the Curse of Belial blocking mutual understanding, which makes sense why Hibiki is the key later on as well. We take our resonance and melody and hold them high. We get really close up Hibiki as well. I was questioning in the moment how Adam was aware of what X Drive even is as well. He's been lurking in the background watching everything. That's kind of justification there. And then I think we just repeat the chorus here if I'm correct. Yes, we do. But Hibiki kind of shits on his life here, giving him the super double fist. Again, this animation here is quite nice. And yeah, this forces Adam to reveal his true form, which is so very like anime, almost very video gamey. Yeah, look at him. He's got like woke eyes. That's like crazy. Remember that old meme? So yeah, he's weakened. He can't maintain this perfect, beautiful body anymore. He must show his true form. And yeah, he's donning the devil's horns, showing off his weird new form. There's kind of some talk there as well that it's kind of like revelatory of some other implication of some stuff about what Adam is. I think his design kind of looks similar to those divine power beast things, those gods. I don't know. Whatever Tiki and Hibiki turned into. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know about Adam's design here. It's intriguing. He's like a big dinosaur man. So again, visually represented here, Adam hands out controlling the people, sorting to gain that divine power, to stand on their level, to gain way back up to where he was initially, discover why he wasn't chosen, enact some kind of revenge, all sorts of themes. And yeah, he's pretty strong here. He proceeds to beat the shit out of the girls for a while. He's just big and strong. He's big, strong, quick, and fights good. Oh yeah, and then the phone, right? The kind of phone being used to distract them and then them getting like absolutely destroyed. Like, so funny. I lost my lollies in the reaction at that. That was so good. Chris and Maria team up. Chris shoots it because what else is she going to do? Maria tries to sneak attack. They end up getting crushed together. A lot of Chris Maria stuff this season too. Oh yeah, kind of Hibiki hearing the voice of Sanjaman yell out from this gun before Adam picks it up and uses it as energy to throw back at Hibiki. Oh yeah, now I remember this, right? Okay, so let's break this down. Adam is shooting like spellcaster energy that had like Sanjaman's voice in it, right? And now we're gaining extra energy from everybody else, right? Maria's doing her thing as well, kind of helping to circulate it all in. S2CA hex conversion is what we call it. And that, I don't get all this mumbo-jumbo stuff. I'll divert some of the strain to the Dine's leaf and incinerate it as a catalyst. I guess this helps to activate Ignite? Yeah, we go like Ignite here, right? Yeah. I thought this was the part with Sanjaman and Co. Maybe that's later on. Oh yeah, so Adam... Isn't there something about like throwing that big sun thing down at them and now he's finally able to do that? Either way, it's a massive explosion. Good thing Miku's fine too. So yeah, we come out of the explosion, we play the opening, we're all surfing on missiles because it's cool Symphogear stuff. And I think the implication is with the costumes is that it's a weird mix of X-Drive and Ignite. Correct me if I'm wrong? Because they're like all glowy and stuff, right? Which they're not glowy all the time, but you know what I mean, right? Like, and we kept talking about X-Drive, but now we've got some black stuff going on in the character designs as well. I mean, they're cool. The one I especially noticed it on is Tsubasa, who doesn't normally have that dark color on her costume. Yeah, here. Yeah, if somebody could explain like the mechanics behind everything going on here leading to this power boost, that'd be great. I just don't think the show has enough time to explain it very well. Elf9 just goes, okay, it's done, and then something happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, sure. And everyone just has ridiculous powers. Like Chris just has like a super blimp thing. You forget how strong Kirika is too. She has those sires that just like kill shit. Okay, who needs X-Drive? So it isn't X-Drive. It's just like super ignite, right? Oh yeah, this is when we take the fight kind of inside the stadium a little bit more too. Okay, and then so they needed the like anti-contamination shit that we got from the Philosopher's Stone that all the other girls had, but then Hibiki doesn't have it, which is a big downer. She may end up endangering her own life in the process, but I've got a feeling that Hibiki's going to be okay. He turns into the blue smelter demon from Dark Souls 2, and tries to kill Hibiki, kind of taunting her in the process. Everybody else like reaching out, again, Symphogear theming, almost like Power Ranger shit on. They kind of all send out their gears all at once to help her, to boost her, putting all their energy into Hibiki to help her not die, and now she can use their powers, which is just pure fan service in a way that I really, really enjoy. I like the armor design here as well, which is cool, just kind of a really neutral color design-wise, and leading into our extravagant color change later on. So yeah, okay, shooting like those green shits that Kirika does. We already had like that triangle power that Mario has. Shooting out a good old blue flash. I wish we got the kind of thing that came up like the Tsubasa type stuff where it comes up and says blue flash and pauses. That'd be great. She's using Lunar Eclipse, kind of shooting really fast and killing a bunch of copies, it looked like. And yeah, it's her power to connect with people that is boosting this. Hibiki's armed gear. Her actual armed gear. Again, like kind of lamenting at the start of the episode that all she is known for and all that she can use is her fists, right? This just proves the opposite. It proves that her efforts up to this point in all kind of facets of the story have led to this moment in a very organic and cool way. IMO. It won't be long before the advent of the custodians. Before that happens, I have to gain a power greater than that of Anunnaki? Sure. And they kind of explain some of this later, but I kind of forget. Using one of Chris's abilities here as well in the Armor Purge, which we've seen Chris use on a number of occasions. Good thing she still has her clothes on, though. Asking for the impossible from Gungnir, one last punch with effort from everybody, including Prolati, Cagliostro, and Sanjaman. Again, the animation here is just awesome leading into this moment as well. This run, fantastic stuff, actually. Yeah. Enclosed in, explode out. Hibiki's here. Just as we hit the kind of bridge in the song as well and kind of calm down, ready to burst into another gonzo action sequence. And yeah, she's all gold. I guess I should mention that. Bringing back that word that I can't pronounce is a little bit of a theme. Alchemists create gold. You know, it's all coming full circle. It's good. Oh yeah, and then we like order for a bit. We just punch like crazy. Yeah, great. It's fantastically animated too. Like they really sell how fast the fists are. I know I have it on like 2 times speed, so it looks like absolutely ridiculous, but it's pretty quick in the moment as well. Yeah, kind of elevating him so much like through the process as well. It's like it's pretty cool. It's pretty hype. Yeah, the attack called Testament, punching a hole right through his solar plexus and sending him to the Shadow Realm. Hope was crushed today. In your tomorrow, in your future, lies only despair. Well, as does yours. And then he explodes and kills all known life on Earth. Yeah, this is our victory. We've killed Adam. The Bavarian Illuminati's at least very weakened. And we can proceed to party. I like that we're kind of talking about it here as well as talking about it in the specials, weirdly enough, that Elf9 like never takes breaks. And she pushes herself too hard, and she should probably get some workers' rights because they're important. I especially like it in the shorts. I thought that was quite nice, like giving Elf9 a day off. But Elf9's investigations are very important, right? She's looking for a way to justify what we just saw. Why Hibiki? What happened to Hibiki to cause this able to happen? How did she harness that divine power? Is there going to be some nefarious third party later in a season that may want to kind of put divine power into another person again, potentially a Miku, and we can use that as a plot point going forward? Don't know. Why Hibiki indeed? We find out it has to do with the Shen Shojing. So now thinking back to it, I remember back when that scene happened, way back in season 2, and I remember a lot of information about Shen Shojing and people being very like obvious and pointed with what they were saying. And I'm like, oh, okay, I mean, I guess they're passionate about Shen Shojing, but there's actually some real concrete plot stuff later on around it, so you kind of needed to understand. And again, it's obviously like, it's more about Hibiki's actions in that moment than some kind of mumbo-jumbo. It's what those actions represent metaphorically, what gave her that purity, right? Oh yeah, and then we talk about original sin in the context of the Curse of Belial as well. So yeah, Ogawa's been working in London. We eliminated a lot of those Bavarian Illuminati guys that kind of Mario was investigating. Again, this feels like lead-in stuff. The threat of the custodians. No, not the threat. The custodians and the threat of Anunnaki. Alright, okay, listen. We have witnessed a power that only gods could bring to bear. Yatsuhiro. Okay, I'm going to try to remember Yatsuhiro. Do you not think it would benefit our nation to have such a power? Now, how can we harness this power and put it into somebody? Maybe not even Hibiki, maybe some other person, and have it use it to kind of Japan's advantage there. I wonder who it could be. That's where I think we're going based on the kind of indications here. There's lots and lots of kind of leaving of plot threads. Season 5 definitely has a pretty clear direction as it pertains to divine power, custodians, and how it impacts Miku and Hibiki. I think that's where we're going anyway. But there's obviously going to be some kind of fabulous villain as well. It can't just be this old fart. So I don't know. We finally get that happy birthday extravaganza party spectacular for Hibiki, which is good. We even get the Stroganoff trio in the back, just, making the party feel a little bit more populated, let's be honest. Oh, this was cute too. Okay, so there's lots of tomatoes in the dishes too, which will come back. But the dishes were all cooked by Shirabe, because Shirabe has that thing for cooking, right? And she's really embarrassed, and it's, this is kind of the stuff I wish we did a little bit more of in the show, a little bit more of the slice of lifey stuff, character building, blah, 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 instead of being so plot all the time. But this kind of framed as our reward for making it through that final conflict as well. So yeah, that tomato lady's still coming back through, clutch, helping kind of fuel the vegetables behind these dishes. And then, yeah, just like, they're not gay at all. It's fine. Yeah, everybody's like super cutesy here. And then like Shirabe, it's so good. The surprise broker character, which is just the straight up fourth wall break. Again, feels nice. This, we made it through 4 seasons together. We made it through the trials and tribulations of this season as well. having this kind of conclusion is just comfy. It's nice and comfy. Kind of get that like final letter from Stefan and Sonia as well about Stefan's progress. He's making it. He's walking again. What a good boy. I have Tsubasa doing this with the dishes as well, which I don't really understand, but sure. Oh yeah, one final scene between Hibiki and Miku to wrap things up as well. So yeah, Elf9 doesn't even attend the party because she's too busy figuring out this Hibiki shit, which is just mental. I do like that we kind of bring the pacing down for this segment too. Like, again, just... You can let a moment sit, Symphogear. I think we need to learn that sometimes. Hibiki, again, here talking about the conflict between, I know I could beat people with my fists, I'm pretty strong, but what if they have equally, like, noble motivations to what I consider mine to be, right? It's not so easy, right? That's what I've struggled with all this time as we continue to get sympathetic villains. So Hibiki has these worries, right? But Miku's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'll support you either way. Even if you can no longer believe in yourself, I will never let go of your hand. I feel like a lot of this is foreshadowing. I don't know. It's a nice touching moment though. Let's enjoy it for now. Whatever may come, I'll still be there to hold it. As they stare lovingly into each other's eyes in a nice platonic way. And end on a nice welcome home before jumping into that ED, which is still that same song from Season 1, I think, as well. We have a little post-credit lead-on scene at the end, though. Yeah, the kind of idol scene song, yeah? So this is Elf9's hypothesis, right? As to why Hibiki was able to serve as a vessel for the divine power. It's said that humans are born with the original sin. They are unable to acquire divine power. Likely being that the curse of Belial is this original sin. Back when Hibiki was bathed in the exercising light of the Shen Shuo Jing, she was purged of the curse itself, cleansed of sin in the process, and became able to become a vessel for divine power. This also might explain why Hibiki was able to progress so quickly from a human relic fusion specimen to a fully fledged adapter in her own right, which I don't really know what that's about, but sure. What's more relevant is that Miku got hit by the beam as well, which bodes poorly for future events as it pertains to Kamakura and all that stuff. So buckle in. Can't believe it took me like a full day to figure out where we're going with Season 5. That seems very, very obvious now upon recollection. So yeah, those two episodes were really good again upon a rewatch. The specials were actually really funny as well. Still continuing to build that character in the background. I would say they're not essential. They're not necessary. But I feel like they add enough that I think most fans should try to see them if they can. I would really recommend, again, if you're convincing other people to watch Symphogear, which you guys like to do, I would definitely say advocate for those specials. I think they really add something to the experience for mine. But yeah, last season, starting next week, probably doing just the one episode. Because I like to talk about, production changes and openings and EDs and stuff, and there's going to be lots of songs to read and stuff, so looking forward to it. Kind of the last evolution on our production value increase stuff as well. I've heard a lot of things about the transformation sequences, among other things, for these new seasons, so looking forward to seeing those again there. Looking forward to almost saying goodbye to all these characters as well. A lot of people are saying they don't know if there's going to be a next season, they don't know if that's in the plans or not in the plans or what, or if there's going to be more Symphogear content. It's pretty lucrative, so you would think they would find some way to do something with it, you would think. Don't know. But yeah, gonna do that next week and worry about all those things when I can. Also, tell me if you liked the new format. It got a little bit weird there towards the middle, where I'm kind of just trying to get through stuff to get to the end. So yeah, feedback below. Also, shill stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you would like me to follow you back, and the Discord. Join Discord. Love Discord. Discord. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next week for AXZ, I believe it's called. The final season, the 5th one of Symphogear, and I hope you guys will join me again then. All right, catch you guys later. Bye-bye.